Picture this. You wake up in the middle of the night, walk over to your window, and freeze. Instead of that tiny, familiar glowing disk, the entire sky is taken up by a massive, blinding orb. You can see every single crater and ridge with the naked eye. The moon is suddenly 10 times closer to Earth. But the scariest part isn't even how huge it looks. The real nightmare starts just minutes later, when the ground beneath your feet starts shaking and the ocean literally pulls away from the shore. What actually happens if the moon inches that close? Instead of its normal 240,000-mile distance, it's sitting at just 24,000 miles away. That's literally the neighborhood where our satellites orbit. And the first casualty? Dark nights. Outside, it's a constant, eerie twilight, like someone parked a massive stadium floodlight right in front of your window. Getting a good night's sleep without heavy blackout curtains? Completely out of the question. But it gets weirder. The moon wouldn't just sit there. It would whip across the sky at breakneck speed. Your body clock would be completely wrecked on day one. Imagine stepping outside and watching a giant space rock zoom across the sky in just a few hours. That relentless, chaotic cycle of light and dark would trigger mass insomnia and extreme stress worldwide. Then comes the instant tech collapse. At that range, the moon's gravity would rip our satellites right out of orbit or smash them to pieces. In a heartbeat, we lose everything: GPS, satellite internet, cellular networks, and TV. Your phone maps, favorite apps, online banking, poof, rendered totally useless. Air travel? Forget about it. The atmosphere would be thrashing around so violently that turbulence would be lethal and air traffic control would be completely blind. But the absolute knockout punch comes from gravity. Cut the distance by 10, and tidal forces don't just multiply by 10, they skyrocket by a factor of 1,000. What does that mean for you on a personal level? If you live near the coast, New York, Miami, LA, or London, your house is gone. We're talking 1,000-foot-tall walls of water slamming into the coastlines. Giant megatides would sweep across continents twice a day, wiping out everything for hundreds of miles inland. Think you can just head inland and chill in the mountains? Think again. That 1,000 times gravitational tug doesn't just pull water, it pulls solid rock. The earth under your feet would literally bulge up and drop down hundreds of feet multiple times a day. The entire planet turns into a giant trampoline. The Earth's crust just can't take that strain. Non-stop mega-earthquakes would rattle every corner of the globe. Hundreds of volcanoes would erupt simultaneously, choking the atmosphere with toxic ash, blocking out the sun, and plunging the world into a brutal volcanic winter. Even the air itself gets dragged around. Wind speeds would explode past 300 miles per hour, crumpling brick and concrete buildings like cardboard boxes. So what would a normal day look like in a world like this? Life as we know it is over. No quick runs to the grocery store, no commuting to work, no going outside for fresh air. Humanity's only shot at survival would be living underground in deep bunkers carved into the highest mountain ranges. Forget fresh produce from farms. The sun is blocked out. Food comes strictly from underground vertical farms using artificial lights. Stepping outside would require full hazardous suits just to avoid suffocating on volcanic ash and toxic gases. Sounds like total apocalyptic chaos, right? But take a deep breath. I've got good news for you. None of this is actually supposed to happen. In reality, the moon isn't creeping up on us at all. In fact, thanks to the quirky physics of tidal friction, it's actually moving away from Earth at a rate of about 1.5 inches every year. It's slowly, quietly drifting off into deep space. So our cosmic neighbor is a rock-solid gravitational anchor that is in no rush to crash our party. The next time you look up at that little silver dot in the night sky, give it a smile and be glad it's keeping a super safe distance. Now think about the air around you. What if oxygen suddenly doubled? An athlete's dream? Or a massive fire trap full of giant monsters? Subscribe. The next episode is about to get crazy.